Low energy, unfocused, foggy? You might be dehydrated. Whether it's hot yoga, over 100-degree weather, or too much sun. Gator Light, with a specialized blend of 5 electrolytes, was scientifically designed to help move fluids into the body faster for rapid rehydration. Shop now at retailers nationwide. Gator Light hydrates faster than water. Is it in you? Symptoms noted are signs of mild to moderate dehydration. Consult a healthcare professional if symptoms persist.
This episode is brought to you by Nordstrom. For 125 years, Nordstrom has been part of your story. The stylist who found the perfect outfit for your big interview. The first pair of walking shoes for your 1-year-old. The tomato soup you shared with your sister at the cafe. These are the moments that make Nordstrom, Nordstrom. Big or small, we're here for all of it. Celebrating 125 years with new moments still ahead. Discover it all in Nordstrom stores and at Nordstrom.com.
This episode is brought to you by PayPal. You had plans for the last days of summer. And back-to-school shopping has its own plans. School supplies, dorm essentials, your list doesn't stop. Neither does the spending. But when you pay in full with PayPal, you can pay over time. No interest, no fees. Check out with PayPal and get back to summer. Subject to approval. Learn more at paypal.com/payinfor. PayPal Inc. NMLS 910457.
Coach Unplugged is brought to you by great people over at teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to Coach Unplugged. Here is your host, Steve Collins.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Coach Unplugged. Happy Tuesday, episode 498 of Coach Unplugged. Today, we're going to kind of pull that curtain back a little bit and let you look at what a one-on-one call for teachhoops.com looks like. It's a great way to kind of see the community, what we have. I would put it up with anybody out there. I know a lot of people are launching a lot of things right now. I've been around for, 4 or 5 years doing this, helping coaches, giving them my email address, doing one-on-one calls, office hours, flying around the country talking to different coaches. You know, that's why I do this. I want to give a little bit back to the game. So that's the first thing. Second thing is make sure you go over and check out Dr. Dish. YouTube them. If nothing else, you can get some great drills that they do. Is a great machine. Mention Coach Unplugged or High School Hoops, and they'll give you $300 off your next purchase. We love them for that. All right, let's head off to the podcast.
So we got our first junior high games tomorrow.
Okay.
One of our big concerns with the head coach and I, we've experienced this probably in the past a lot. Not too much, especially when I was the head coach a couple years ago, I experienced it a lot. My question was, how do you deal with parents who like try to coach from the stands or that like undermine you? I'm sure if you had
Yeah, that's a tough one, especially at the middle school level.
I know on your level, it's probably so deafening in like your gym and other gyms.
So, have you had a pre-meeting with them?
We had a meeting last week with our principal, who's our AD, and he basically just talks the whole time.
Yep.
And he goes over, hey, this is what playing time's about. Every kid's not going to get it. And he just goes over like logistics basically.
Okay.
We haven't had a meeting with parents just because.
So I might do this first game and then have a meeting with them. I think that's the best way that I have found. Mm-hmm. You just got to cut it off right away.
Right.
And say, hey, and it's hard for me, trust me, when I watch my kids, but be a parent.
Yeah.
Cheer all the kids on and just, and if there's something we need to talk about, we can do it. You let the kids be kids is what I basically guilt them into doing the right thing.
Yeah. The reason I bring this up, something happened. So I know the 5th and 6th grade girls basketball coach, and she had a situation where a girl on her team, a father who used to be our boys' 5th and 6th grade coach. He's just a dad. He's just a regular dad.
Okay.
They were at a gym, and she went from playing man to man, and then they were getting crushed. Then they switched it up to a zone.
Right.
And he, from the stands, it's not that many people. He instructed his daughter to go man.
Right.
And she didn't know what to do. That same father also has a son on our team.
Yeah.
And, I don't know what to do in that situation because he was a coach last year,
Right.
and I don't know how to approach him.
Yeah, so that's why I think the easiest that's why I think the easiest way is to do it as a mass group. You're not like individually doing him.
Right.
Even before the game starts, you can just gather all the parents together and go, "Hey, I know we're all really excited, blah blah blah. You know, we're all doing it, but let's let the kids be kids and let's let them hear only one voice. It's just easier. And then if you want to talk afterwards, we can do that. I mean, that's what I think.
I think our AD, we have like a 24, 48-hour rule or something like that after a game or something.
Yeah,
like that.
and that's good. I usually have a 48-hour one, but yeah, I think the kicker is you got to cut it off. And you don't want to individually maybe talk to that one parent, but if you talk to all of them, guilt is a good motivator, to be honest with you.
Well, I had contracts made out for the kids, you know, it has our standards or whatever. Yep. And then at the last page, it says, before the kids and the parent side, it says, as a parent, I will abide by these standards as well. And I put in all caps purposely. I will not coach from the stands. I will cheer. And I'm hoping that.
Well, that's where in the meeting, I think you just reiterate it because people sign stuff all the time. It's like, hey, remember, everyone here signed this. It's not that I don't think you know basketball, because maybe there's people here that even know more than me. It's not fair to the kids. You're not walking into a teacher's classroom and saying you should be teaching it that way. Don't do that here. You know, if we have to have a conversation, we can. It's no different. I mean,
Have you ever had to talk to one of your kids during a timeout or during halftime and be like, hey, you know, I know there's a lot of.
At the younger ages, I've had to, and even at the freshman, and I said, hey, I know you're just being torn. Just do this, and I'll deal with it later. Okay. So I take it off the kid. I don't want them to. You don't want to pit the kid versus the parent versus you.
Right. Yeah, because I was wondering what kind of wording it should be, like at halftime or something like that. Like, hey, I know it's your dad, I know it's your mom, but
and that can be a one-on-one, arm around the kid saying, hey, I know, blah blah blah, but we're trying to do this. We're going to do this now, and then we can talk about it after the game with your dad or mom or whatever. I've done that before too. You just don't want to put the kid in the middle.
Right. Okay.
So you want to be an advocate for doing what's right. It's like, you know, in my younger days, that would have ticked me off more. It doesn't really tick me off anymore.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's what I noticed when I was like, I know I haven't been coaching. I know it may not look like I've been coaching a long time, but you know, I've had parents call me, you know, while I was at work and ask, why did Johnny not start this game?
And it's like, you know, the easiest thing someone ever told me is you can't be rational with an irrational person. They love their kids. We all love our kids. So we're not rational. You know, it's the reason we buy them too many presents at Christmas. The reason Amazon's in existence, because we're not rational when we do it. So I get that. So that's why, you know, if you got to vent, you got to vent. You can vent to me. It's a safe spot. I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Right. My second question is, when is it a good time to, you know, if you're getting absolutely crushed, if you're playing a man-to-man 2-3 zone or whatever you're playing on the defensive end, when is it a good time, you know, to switch it up? Is it? I mean, do you like?
For me, it's usually 3 possessions.
Okay.
If I don't feel like we're getting something in 3, but it might be a little bit more at your level. You know, you might have to play with that exact number. You know, if we come down 3 straight times and don't get something, or don't stop somebody 3 straight, 3 seems to be my magic number, but you'd have to play with that. And you can kind of gut feel it, but it's good if you can keep track of it, you know?
Yeah, well, we just installed Shell and everything, and, you know, the helpline. And, like, I know last time we talked, you said it was going to get ugly anyway.
Yeah.
You know, I don't expect anybody to be, like, you know, yelling help, help, help.
You know what? Another thing with that parent that's upset is good thing might be to have them videotape for you. That tends to keep them quieter.
Oh yeah. Well, I do have an apparatus that, like, I can stick my iPad on, and then I can have somebody go back and forth. It's just like So I have that.
You can always mute the sound, and it's always good. It's always better when someone's busy. It's like I used to keep the scorebook when my kids were playing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because then I was focusing on that and I couldn't say anything.
Yeah.
Like it was.
That's actually a good idea, because the head coach and I, we never want to keep last year I was supposed to keep the scorebook because I was just being nice.
Right.
And I found myself too invested in the game anyway.
Well,
I'm like,
part of
Coach,
it
I
is
can't
maybe
do this.
even have them keep stats.
Yeah.
It's that at that level, who cares about the stats? Other than nobody cares. But maybe you could have them keep stats, something, or a shot chart, or videotape.
Yeah, no, that'd be that's that. Yeah, let me write that.
Something you could grab at halftime, like, hey, do you have the shot chart? And then what you do then is you get them to be an ally. It's like you grab the shot chart and you go, hey, what do you think? And then they can say, you're the final decision, but it feels like they're having a voice. And then as soon as they feel like they have a voice, things will go better, you know?
So you think, so if tomorrow, if we're getting crushed, like if we go 3 straight possessions, layup, go to a zone or something, or switch it up.
And then if you stop, or then you can always go back to it, but change up a little bit.
Okay. So.
And even if maybe they don't score a couple times in the zone, then go back to the man. It's like you got to test the waters a little bit.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. We're playing in a small gym tomorrow.
Right.
So, we'll try to do that. My other one is, how do you, so for the last couple days of practice, we have a lot of things consistent. When do you start, like changing things up, spicing things up a little bit?
How long have you been going? How long?
Since October 22nd, but we haven't had every kid there because of.
And you haven't had a game yet.
No, we haven't had a game.
Okay.
Yet.
I would reevaluate after every time you take a test or you play a game is when I'd reevaluate. Like, okay, we need to start working on this. The spice is going to happen on its own because you're going to go, oh crud, we can't make a layup. All right, we need layup drills. Or we shot 12% from the free throw line. We got to figure out how we can shoot better. So I think that will take care of itself as long as and you will, as long as you're kind of self-evaluating during the games, because the games are your tests.
Right.
So you basically want to use those tests to figure out what you need to do for the next one.
Right. So my next one is, we have a couple of kids, they're like deer in the headlights at practice. And, I've explained to the kids all the time, like, hey, it's okay. It's cool to make mistakes. If you don't know a drill, hang back, watch an older kid do it, or more, kid that's attuned to what they're doing. And then, this kid will hop in, and then he's still deer in the headlights. And, we've had to, like, for example, I was showing one part of the offense that, just a small, like, hey, this is how you got dribble handoff right here.
Right.
And then the next group comes in with said kid with deer in the headlights, and he just absolutely just makes up his own thing. So what can you do with kids what do you do with the kid like that?
That's hard. So you got to basically put them in a situation where they can be successful. So maybe, I might not throw them into something like that, which is harder, but maybe you're having them throw the ball in on out of bounds plays, or maybe you're having them you got to figure a way that you can use, the misfit toy basically.
Because like
I've had teams like the islands of the misfit toys. Now that the holidays are coming up, trust me, I've had them. It's like, oh my gosh.
Because like I pulled this kid aside, I'm like, hey man, it's all good. I just want to know where your head's at right now. And he's like, well, it's just kind of confusing with all the moving parts.
So then what you do is you grab a kid that really gets it and have them sit next to it and explain it to them while you're doing something else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have some of the kids that are playing varsity at the high school that I've coached at when they were in middle school with me.
Right.
And they're gonna play varsity. I've had them stick around and practice, like come to our practice, talk to our kids.
Okay.
And do that and do.
And that's helpful. Okay.
Yeah. We've had a week.
It's okay. I get it. I'm just starting to think. We start in 2 weeks, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I got to start thinking. I kind of know up here. I know what I want to do in my practice plan, but
it sounds like you know what you're gonna do in all your podcasts and everything.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, am I gonna?
I got it. Well, I got it all spread out. I know what I'm going to be doing, but I don't know what I'm going to be doing. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah,
I know I got these 3 things, but then I got all the pieces. Now I got to put the pieces into a puzzle to kind of figure out how it's going to work in that time window that I get. So,
I get that. It's just, I think in one of your podcasts you said that you like go week by week now instead of planning. You do that with your staff.
Yeah, on Sundays and stuff. That's so much easier.
Yeah.
Because I used to have like for 2 or 3 weeks. It's like, nope, I need like the first 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, because I was like, oh man, how am I supposed to plan out? Because this is probably one of the first times in my short career where I've been like actually organized with everything. Because I used to just be right off the cuff, like, oh, I'll just make this at work, whatever, and we're all post practice, on Facebook,
Right. Yeah. And the thing is what you want to do too is then keep them. Cause I mean, I got a big pile you can't see over to the left of old practice plans from 2004 kind of things.
Yeah.
So looking through and it's like, oh, we did that. That worked. And ooh, that works.
Yeah. I made a I always make a binder every year, but like what I always do is I always have the practice plan. I'm folding it up, I'm crumpling it or something, but I've made it a habit to where I'm hole punching it, then I'm sticking it right back in my binder, even though it's like kind of mangled.
Right.
And
I'm still old school. I like writing it out because I cross things out. I don't like the electronic practice plan. I like physically to write it out because then I'm like, ooh, I don't like that. I cross it off. I do something else. I'm sure I could do it on the computer, but
have you I know a lot of programs they've like the ones I've experienced, there's not a lot of creativity when like giving the kids a lot of creative like influences or anything like that, like in the offense or something like that.
Right.
What have you found that's successful that's like helps
give them a lot more freedom on the offensive end than the defensive end. And not necessarily shots, but freedom to do things.
Right.
So I think that's where you can give them more freedoms, because it's definitely harder to scout and things like that. I don't give them freedom on the defensive end.
Right. I've done 5-out read and react, pass cut, dribble outs, curl cuts and things like that. And I found that because I don't know whether it's like just on the middle school level or it happens on the high school level or just happens with a certain type of players that you have. I'm trying to give them the most freedom as I possibly can, but like I think it's like sometimes I think it's just too much for them. Like I'm giving them too much.
So you can always pull it back.
Right.
It's like so I think you got to play some. The thing is, we're talking all this stuff, and in my back of my head, I'm going, we haven't even played a game yet. The conversation we would have in 48 hours would be totally different.
Right. Yeah.
Because you got to go see like, well, we can't do this or this kid can't. So I think that's what I think. Yeah, when we talk in a week or two, I think that will be the difference. Is your list will be 3 times as long because you go.
Yeah, I feel like
Johnny can't do this, and we can't do this, but we do this well, and we can't do this. Yeah. So we're talking about stuff that I don't think we got to wait and see till after you play.
Yeah. We have 2. I think we have a game. We have a game tomorrow, and there's a game on the 7th, but I can't be there because I have night class that I have to go to.
Okay.
And so the head coach is going to be left.
Well, I got to go, but I'm doing office hours next Sunday. So jump on office hours and just let me know what happens.
Okay.
Excellent. Perfect.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Bye. Hey, Coach. Hope you enjoyed that. Make sure you subscribe and like. Go over right now. Stop. Join teachhoops.com. Say, I want to become a better basketball coach. I want to win a state title. I want to learn what it takes to take my team to the next level. Well, I can help you do that. I've been through all the battles you've been through. Let me help you through this great process we call coaching. All right. Have a great day.
Booking.com is the easiest way. From a day surrounded by noise to a stay surrounded by nature. That's nice. Go on, book it. It's easy. Booking.com. Booking.yeah.
I don't think I can be your friend, Isabella said. Rebecca's stomach flipped. This is the love story of real Hinge couple Isabella and Rebecca, written and read by me, Tembi Denton-Hurst. Listen to the free audiobook now.